Okay, so ArcGIS, the program and all of the tools and the look are all written in a program called C++, and they've over the years had used a program called Visual Basic, which I'm not really very familiar with at all, but use that to access and run some of the tools that are available to people. And so I have two handouts. The one in red is code that uses Visual Basic syntax. And then the white sheet is the new programming code that's used in ArcGIS called Python. And so I have a short exercise that I want you to do that's just using the field calculator and both of these different syntaxes. And so one thing that I'm going to have you do is go into the attribute table and create a new field. And you'll have directions for this, so don't worry about writing that down. Michelle, can you turn that front light off for me? Thank you. So you're going to start a new text field, for example, name with Python, and it's going to be text, and you're going to say OK. And whenever you create a new field, it ends up at the end. And again, you could set the number of characters. I just let it default to 50, but it's kind of unnecessary. And what I want to do is I have an Excel sheet that has these names in it, but they're all in all caps. And so I couldn't use that as a join, because I can't join all caps to mixed characters. So what I can do is take this field. Actually, I'm going to do it to Lake of the Woods just because it's more dramatic. So I'm going to take that field and I'm going to change it to all caps using Python. And so what you do is you click the field and right click to open the field calculator, and then at the top you see I'm given two options. Visual Basic is the default, and this will go away eventually. And so I want to do this in Python, so I'm going to click Python. And so then if I look at my Excel spreadsheet, it says convert all text to uppercase, and so this is the formula I need to use. And when I'm working with text, I'm working with what's called a string. So I'm going to click the string, and hopefully that code upper with the parens is in here. And it's alphabetical, so there it is. So all I need to do is say, take this field and change all of those to capital upper letters and choose OK. And then we hurry up and wait. And it'll take all of those and create capital letters with them. And so if I were to choose the Visual Basic, it's a whole different function. So if you look on the Visual Basic, I have to do the text field. Let's see, where does it say capital, uppercase? So I have to say U case and then put in the name of the field. So for Visual Basic, I would type in U case, and then I would find the word name. And it shows it in parentheses, so I'm going to do it just the way they showed it. And you can't tell any difference because I put it in the same field, which was silly. But anyway, so that you can see that the way that you write your text and the way that you insert those scripts is really, really different. The other thing I want you to do, which is pretty useful, is to create another field. And I'm going to call this both. And I'm going to use this again as Python. Again, it's going to be text. And this time, I want to take the name of the county, and I want to put a comma and then the name of the state. So I want to put them both in one field, because I might need that to send out an address code. And so that's called concatenating fields. So I'm going to take this, choose Python, and then I have to go back to my sheet, and it says to concatenate two fields. So I'm going to take my first, the one I want first, so I'm going to do the county first, and then I'm going to add to it, I need a space. So I'm going to put in a quote plus a space, then a comma. Nope. I want the space after the comma. A quote, a comma, a space, and an end quote, and then another plus, and then my second field, which is state name. Okay, so there it goes. And so then I'm able to take those two fields of text and add them together. If I had done it differently, if I had just said name plus that, then there's no space between those places. If I had said name plus comma that plus that, plus, I'm going to get a comma with no space between. So you have to kind of think about what you want to put in there. In Python, those exclamation points indicate a field. Okay, so whenever I want to call on a field, I put it in exclamations. If I want to add my own text, then I put that in quotes. So I could say name silly state. And it's going to add silly in place of that because I put that in quotes. I said this is text that I'm adding in here. Now I can replace that if I can remember how to replace that. Anyway, it's in here. Something replace. I could do rstrip. So there's all kinds of ways to use Python to change your fields. For creating numbers, I'm going to add a field. I'm going to make this a long integer, and I'm going to call it all under 50. Oops, no spaces. You're limited to the number of characters in a field name, and this will truncate that for you. So the math in some ways is much easier. So I'm just going to say add up some of the population. I'm going to add up these people plus those people plus those people plus those people. And run that. Oh, it was a failure. Okay, so what did I do wrong adding two numbers? Fun. Let's try it in Visual Basic and see if that works. Did I somewhere? Thank you. Age under plus, aha, good job. Any others? Let's try that. Nope, it still doesn't like it. Well, it's really easy to use. Let's see, age under plus age under plus age under plus age under plus age under. There could be. Let's just, so here's my problem solving method. I try 2 first. Okay, so I must have had a space or something in there that was not working. Oh, it could be. It could be. Yeah, but Python, for the math, it usually defaults automatically. But let's try that again. So if I want to do Python, okay, so let me do add two numbers plus number field. Let's just try those. Yeah, I had a space or something weird in there. So what I want you to do is I'm going to go put this on there right now. Hold on. No. Okay. So I have a folder called Field Calc. Let me remove that one. It has the data in it, and I'm going to put it on the in the Assign GIS drive, 245. Okay, where did it go? Is it under here? There it is. I'm going to add this here for you. Remove that one. And so there's the data and the map, and the two handouts that I gave you are in there as well as PDFs. So I'll hand out the exercise, and just do this sometimes today. I just want you to have practice with that. And as I said, this is really only just the bare beginnings of what you can do with the field calculator.